Yeah, 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 yeah. In a world made of color and brick, we gather round every click, feel slick. From a hilltop fort to a neon bay, our stories grow with Lego brick we lay. Pixel skies and blocky dreams, working side by side in perfect teams. From castles tall to racing tracks, every plan's got each other's backs. We're carving out our legacy, brick by shining brick, turning pixels into art. It's more than just a trick. You built it with care. Show the world tonight. Lego masterpieces. Damn, that build neat. Every creation is lit. It's fire. As a group we thrive. That's Lego Odyssey community alive. Look, there's a diner from the old main street, and Moxie Circle builds with secret heat. You hit complexity again. Wait, we don't say that word. Don't worry, just fly in pieces, my friend. Blueprints posted, hearts ignite, comments flying through the night. Flipping pieces, techniques that feel so right. That's what the bond of our crew is for. We're crafting joy and block and play, a living world where all can stay. You built it with care. Show the world tonight. Lego masterpieces. Damn, that build neat. Every creation is lit. It's fire. As a group we thrive. Best Lego Odyssey community alive. Oh, every click tells a story known, and every wall says you're not alone. From pieces small to dreams so wide, we lift each other side by side. We build it live. Come and take that ride. The Odyssey's ours. We don't need to hide. Every brick's a heartbeat. Every smile a vibe. The Lego Fortnite world, we build it live.
Hey guys, how's it going? Let me move my mic. We were kind of doing some organization. Oh, holy, there's a trash can in the way. Hold up. Hey, how's it going, guys? So, I don't know if you see behind me, there's like a box of Legos right here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Box of Legos. So, me and my brother, we grew up, we both had Legos, and we decided that we should not have two groups of Legos, so we just put all of the Legos together into one thing. And they were at my parents. And 2 months ago, my mom said, hey, I want these out of here. I don't want all the Legos. I don't want your Legos. And so we divided the Legos, and my brother got the Mindstorm stuff and some of the Legos, but because he got the more technical stuff, I got more of the bulk stuff. So now I have a lot of Legos. And I need to figure out how is the best way for a full-grown adult to ask the neighbor kids if they want to come over and play Legos. I don't know how to ask that without it being really weird. I don't really know how to ask that question, because we had a really cool game growing up that we play where you had to like build a Lego thing, and then you like push it around the house, and you like, it's like a little bit demolition derby, a little bit racing, and it's still really fun even to today. But I don't know how to ask the neighbor kids if they want to come over and play Legos with me. It just seems kind of weird. Maybe if I invite their dad to join in too. But I don't know. How do you do that? Anyways, good morning, everybody. Today we're gonna be making a flying base. I got a text a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I can actually find it now. Somebody was like, dude, I need a flying base. And I'm like, okay, we can make a flying base. But I'm like, when am I going to make the flying base? And then I realized, I could just do it on stream, because I had no clue what I wanted to do tonight. So that's our plan tonight. But I want your guys' help, because I don't really know what a flying base should be. So you guys can tell me, you in chat, you can tell me, like, no, that doesn't make sense. You need to do it this way. So, anyways, let me say hi to everybody real quick. TV, welcome in. Maddie B, we got Johnny, welcome in. Joker Plays, welcome in. How y'all doing? How was your weekend? And are you guys having a heat wave like we had today? I ended up having to take some ibuprofen along with a bunch of electrolytes and a bunch of water, and my heat headache is finally gone. Also, I sorry about the poll. I ran out of options. Angry Moose, how's it going? So I ran out of options. It only lets me put in so many, and I don't know why I didn't think of mashed before I thought of hashed. So I thought I hashed. So that the poll is kind of weird. I apologize. I've just been having fun just doing random polls for this last month. I don't even know what started it. I just made a poll, and it's kind of weird. Hey, Money Girl, how's it going? Yeah, 107. Yeah, it's basically the same thing over here. And I was working out in the heat today, and I did not like it. Question is, no way to say without it sounding. Yeah, there's no way that I can think of saying it. Do it outside with one of the parents there. The problem is the game that I want to do. It's we called it sliders growing up. It started with Hot Wheels that you'd like push the Hot Wheels around the house. But the thing is if you could just push the Hot Wheel around the house, then whoever's the fastest at running wins. But that's dumb. You need to have rules to your games. But the rules have to be simple. So the answer, hold up. Let me go. Okay. If you are watching this and you're wanting to see us actually do stuff that's actually important, you can skip ahead if you're watching this later, like 10 minutes, because I'm going to talk about sliders for a second. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm going to explain the rules so you guys can play this amazing in real life game. What I need to do is I need to, like, drive to Kaboom's house and play this with Kaboom. That would be fun. I'll be right back. Oops, sorry, moving the camera. Okay. So this game, get the mic a little closer. This game, you do, Christmas tree down. Okay, so let me show you. Yeah, we spent a bunch of time sorting our Legos. Sorry. I gotta crawl into my corner spot. Okay, so what you need to play this game, you could technically use minifigs. Minifigs work, but if you have these flags, hold up, I think I bumped the camera and it's like, oh no, hold up, it's not aiming in the right spot anymore. Give me a second. That bin used to be full of Legos and it was really heavy, but now I transferred all the Legos and sorted the Legos, and now they don't all fit in the same spot. So now I need to adjust. I need to come up with a better thing to set the camera on, cause now it moves. Oh, hold up. That's what I meant by it moves. I moved. Ugh. Okay. Doop. Yeah, there we go. Now it's centered. Okay, so what you need here is you need these little flags. These little itty bitty flags. They come in. I don't even know where they come from, but there's a bunch of colors. And the nice thing is, because there's a bunch of colors, each person gets one of these. And what you do is everybody makes a Lego vehicle that doesn't have tires. It's sliders, not rollers, because we found out that tires work too well. So what you do is you make a vehicle, and the flag has to be the top thing on the ship. It has to like stick up slightly above everything else. And then what you do is everybody starts at the starting line, and you pull your car back, and then you whoosh, push it forward and let it go before you get your fingers cross the starting line. And then it slides, and wherever it stops, you then like draw an invisible line in your mind for the direction you want to go. You pull it back, and then you push it again, and then you just keep doing that. You go all the way around the track, and when you get first person to finish wins, because everybody's taking turns, so that way everybody had the same number of pushes. And if at any point your flag is not the highest thing, as in like if your ship flips upside down, now all of a sudden the flag would be on the bottom, not the top. So you'd have to reset your vehicle, which would be like you'd take a turn to flip it over, or if something falls off your vehicle, you can spend a turn. And I think if I were going to do it again, because I've done it several times, I was thinking about it, and I think the rule would change that you could put two things back on your ship. Is another thing you could spend your turn doing. So like if you're like one of your wings fell off, you could put the wing back on and put the flag back on. And whenever you're putting something on the ship, you can tighten it back down if some of the Legos are slightly separated. Anyways, so that sliders, I want to figure out how to invite my neighbor kids over so we can play sliders. Cause I just sorted all my Legos and I found out that I have 1, 2, 3. I'm colorblind. I don't know how many colors I have. I have a bunch of different colored flags, so we could play now. But I don't know how to invite my neighbor kids over, cause that's just kind of weird. Maybe I'll get their adult. Ooh! I could bring my Legos to their house with their parents, cause then the parents would be there, but they have a dog. I don't think it'd be an issue. Anyways, sorry. I'm schooling on it. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be doing here. Hey, Joven, how's it going? It's Javen. So I'm not doing a flying base, but hear me out. I'm doing a super demolition force 1 base in the lake, like a Marcus Plus. Anybody know what I mean? I'm not sure if I do. I'm not sure if I do. Banana. Oh, I think I started from banana versus pineapple. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you're right, TV. I'm sorry, TV. We'll get started here. Bye, guys. We're on junk drawer. Okay, here we go. We're hopping in. So I have made several bases, flying bases, back to from over 2 years ago. My very first flying base was before I was a streamer, before I joined Craftopia. This is back in the days that we had one channel. We didn't have driver seats. And what I did, well, actually, I've been making flying bases even longer than that. Actually, no. So my first one was I built a base on an island in a lake. I had 2 really cool oak trees, but I wanted to transfer my stuff from that base to my brother's base. Back when he played Lego Fortnite. Rip my brother. He doesn't play Lego Fortnite anymore. Anyways, so then what I ended up doing is I made a vehicle to carry all my stuff, because back then you didn't have fast travel. We didn't have launch. Well, yeah, we didn't even have launch pads, so you had to walk everywhere. That was back in the day when we had the sprint bug. The sprint bug that made it so where like you would you couldn't run, so you had to like relog to get the sprint bug to go away. But then it would come back, so you're just like, fine, I'm just gonna walk everywhere. So what I did is I made a version of this. Kind of like this. And then I had in the front, I had several pods that had thrusters to make it so you could like turn left and turn right and go forwards. I think I may have also added a reverse on that one. This was back before we had channels. Now we have all kinds of channels. We have all kinds of stuff that we can make a better version. The one thing that I keep seeing with a lot of these designs is people make them in creative without thinking about them being used in survival. And you would only really use a flying base if you are in survival, which means you can't use parts that will be unavailable, and you can't make it so expensive that it's unattainable. But it also has to be made so it's expandable, because if your ship can't be expanded as you gather more resources, as you guys need more chests, like here's a very, very simple design that I came up with. Well, simple, small design. This is one of my furthest versions of that so far. Is it literally just sits on one point. This piece was designed. I picked this one because it had high durability. I don't think that's necessary. This is before. Yeah, this is an older design. But the thought is you could land it and just get it to sit on that. So any surface you were at, if you parked that on a hill, it would still be flat. But the thing is that this one here, it's not super expandable. I guess it is. But what I've kind of come down to with making a bunch of these flying bases over the years is it's a good idea to have a staircase, because you want it to have legs or something to sit on. Originally, my first designs, they had 4 legs, and then I realized that if you have 4 legs, just like a chair in your local McDonald's, it wants to rock left to right. Because the 4 legs, or a table, it wants to rock left to right. What you really want is you want 3 legs separated really far apart, so that way, even if the terrain is slightly uneven, it should sit more level. That was my thinking. And then I realized that you have balloons on your ship. So instead of having a tripod, you could have a bipod. That's where this design came in here. So then it's only sitting on one point, but because the ladder is wide, it like has a spot to sit, so then it only tips forward to backwards. The problem with that is then it likes to tip forward to backwards. So then I was like, well, what if you just make a monopod? So I tried like doing that and doing this, but I never could get it quite right because it's either too heavy or too light, and it's hard to get it to sit and stay upright. But now that we have lift balloons, we can fine tune a landing, and then it'll stay put. The other thing that I want to try is adding hover bricks, but I don't know how the hover bricks are going to fight. If the hover bricks are going to fight the balloons. Angry Moose says that he made a very nice flying base that works well. Sweet. The other thing that I've found is it's good to have a double-decker flying base because instead of having massive width, if it's like super wide, it becomes really bulky, and if it's really bulky, it's hard to fly it and maneuver it. So if you can have it stacked too high, it's a lot faster to get from side to side because it's just like having a house. You have a 2-story house because you don't want to have such a wide footprint. So I think I've kind of come down to having one central staircase is really nice because you could just walk into your ship, and in any direction you go, you can get to what you need. The other thing that I found is if you have a really short layer, like this one over here, if we hop on this guy here, this feels claustrophobic. Like, this is okay for a tiny ship, but not so okay if you want it to feel like at home, because the layers are just too close to each other. You're like, I feel cramped. I don't really want to be in here anymore. So the answer is we need to have some distance between the layers. When we did our full playthrough of Lego Fortnite, we played through all like the whole storylines. I built a version that had let me see if I got one that's similar to that. Instead of stacking the layers perfectly on top of each other, I made the back have a little bit of like a flat spot on the bottom section, like terraced a little bit, so that you didn't really feel so claustrophobic when working on that. So first question I have, chat here. We got a bunch of different designs, thruster combination designs. Which one should we be using? I'm just going to label these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not doing that. 11, which we're not doing, I guess. But which number from left to right? So which type the number in chat. Which one should we do for the setup? So what we have tank steering here. So what this does here is you can have channels assigned to push. Well, actually, here, I'll hop on the vehicle and show you. So you can take, with this one here, you can turn one direction using that thruster. You could turn the other direction using the other thruster. And if you hold both keys, it goes forward. Or we could even just assign that to the go forward button. But if you're, what I like about this design, especially with big ships, 2, 3, 1, so what I really like about this design here is, in this case, all of the thrusters are pointing forward. So if you're trying to move a large mass, which a large ship is a large mass, and you don't want it to be super expensive on the thrusters, you want all the thrusters to be on the back pushing forward. Like the other alternative here, this is the other common design that people use. The other common design is this one here. What this does here is this turns the forward button. Hold up. This turns the forward button to just be go forward, and then you have a turn left and turn right, which just small turns. That's what they did with the Luftwaffe. The Luftwaffe and some of their ships that the Lego Fortnite has made is they added a thruster at the front and at the back to add like twisting rotation. So you could turn left and turn right and go forward. The problem with that is then you are spending a lot of blast powder to just turn the ship. Whereas if you can just have the tank steer over here, if you can have the tank steer here, if you want to turn left and turn right, you can just do that. But if you want to kind of be in place, you can hold up, let me sleep through the night so you guys can see what I'm actually doing here. So if you wanted to spin in place, what you can do, it's pretty simple. And I don't know how some of this stuff translates to controller, and you guys have to let me know. So if you wanted to spin in place, you could turn one direction, but then push reverse to stop yourself from going forward. Uh, Sacre. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. If flying base is your vehicle, what do you do without it? That if flying base is your vehicle, what are you without it? So that's actually a good question. So with the flying base, we can do some pretty fun things. Running actually is pretty good in this game. So if you have to run around, you can run around and grab some stuff. If you design the base right, we can add a launch pad to where you could launch off the top of your base using the launch pad on the upper deck to launch up and go out. It's thank you, Socrates. Oh, sweet, thank you. I am so terrible at pronouncing people's names. I am so sorry. So you can add a launch pad to get away from your ship. The other thing that I was trying to think through and trying to figure out here, I've always wanted to make a flying base that had a smaller vehicle that went on it. And so I'm thinking I want to design this one with a small vehicle that can I kind of want to so the problem is what I'd love to do is it's message amplifies TV, thanks. Oh, you only love Socrates because you're Greek mythology love. Okay, so that's sweet. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to just come over here and like say you have your vehicle. Say you have your vehicle here. You fly your vehicle in. Then what I'd like to do, this is what would be really cool here. You fly your vehicle in. You land in a docking bay. And then once you just fly it up to the front wall, you come over here to floors, you grab any floor piece and you drop it down. Then what happens is now this is locked in place. If you place a piece between the big ship and the little ship, it'll act as a lock. And we could lock it in place so it doesn't rattle, bang, or anything. Here's the problem. Say we go ahead and we fly it into the docking bay, and we make sure that it's lined up. So we fly it in. We're like, wait, we got it here. We're great adventure. Let me make this thing actually look like a flying ship. Here's the problem. When you lock two things together, they become one. The smaller part count piece becomes part of the larger part count piece. So then what happens here is when the smaller becomes part of the smaller takes on the characteristics of the larger, and all of the balloons and thrusters pop. See that? So what happened is every time you bring your ship in, when you dock it like this, all of the thrusters would break off, which would be really annoying. So I don't know if we want to actually have it lock on like this, because then you'd have to replace the thrusters every time we did it. So options. Tires do not break off. So we can make it a driving vehicle. I don't really like driving vehicles. I love flying vehicles. I love hover vehicles. That is my love. Cars are cool, but hover vehicles, killer. But there is a balloon that does not pop off. If you place a one of the lift balloons, the lift balloons and tires do not pop off. Oh, hold up. See that? It's now locked in place. We can't move it, but the lift balloon does not pop off. So we could make a small vehicle with tires with a lift balloon on here. We could even go so far as to add onto the back one jumbo thruster. If we design it to where it takes one jumbo thruster, then what would happen is, yes, the jumbo thruster would break every time you dock and you lock it in place. But you just slap one jumbo thruster on the back. Well, the problem is then you can't turn if you're in the air. I don't know. Maybe... What about a hold you could descend into without needing to lock it so it can... That's actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that. So yeah, if you have a hold that it just descends into, that's pretty good. The other thing we could do is you could just have it like drive into a dock, and then well, the hold is pretty. I like where you're going, Alec. I like where you're going. So yeah, if you have a hold that it just drops into, you would have all the cushions. The other thing we could do, and I could test to see if it reduces the noise, if you were to make that hold out of these say we oh, come on. Say you make this hold out of these blocks here. Then what we could do, yes, I want a soft lock, Maddie B. And I'm wondering if I should just use tires. If I made a vehicle that flew into the space here, and the larger of the two, hold up, mobility stuff here. If I made the larger, the docking bay have tires in here like this, if I made tires in there, you land it in there, would the tires help cushion it to reduce that noise? I could potentially even leave. I don't know how it would react. I was thinking about this. I could add hover bricks on the bottom of the small vehicle, so it wouldn't sit on the actual lower ship, but it would hover, so it's not making noise. And then it just, as it floats in there, it could bump up against these tires and wouldn't make any noise. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Or is there a better way to soft lock this? I've never seen anybody do this. I've never done this. The other thing that I wanted, make it wide with 3 layers. First layer holds all the balloons. In the middle and the top layer is whatever you want it to hold. Oh, are you talking? Wait, hold up. I think I know where you're going with this, TV. If you, hold up. I think I know. What? Okay, hold up, guys. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Here we go. Watch this. I just had a thought. TV made me have a thought. No, I don't think it works. TV made me have a thought, and I think it doesn't work. If a guy puts that light there, and it puts a swivel in between. Hold up. I don't think this is gonna work, but I want it to work really bad. So if a guy puts a swivel on the front of the vehicle here, and he crashes himself into the wall, he docks in the bay. What happens? Hear me out here. What happens if a guy... Oh, that's into the block. That's going to not work. Hold up. I need to break this and restart. I think I might have it here. Okay, so if a guy has a vehicle that comes up here, we have a swivel on the front, which does nothing. It's not assigned to anything. It could be assigned to something. I don't think it needs to be assigned to anything. With just this block on the front here. Okay. This is the idea here. So say a guy brings his vehicle in. The block can be super tiny so it doesn't cause the vehicle to really drift anywhere. You fly it in. You have your jets on here and everything. And then, now if we place something on here. Now it's locked in place, and our thrusters did not break. We could even go so far. Okay. Hear me out. We could even go so far as to assigning. Oh, dude, we might just crack the code. Okay, so what if? Here we go. What if you have a balloon on your ship? It's twofold. There's a balloon that faces backwards, and there's a balloon that faces forwards. So they counteract each other, so they don't cause issues. So they wouldn't cause it to lift funny. Or I guess the way you attach it could be different depending upon what you're doing. So you get in your vehicle. Here. And then what you do is you activate the release mechanism. You get in there, you'll boom like that, and then you fly away. Because on the front of your vehicle, you have an auto release. Yeah, so they definitely work. So yeah, we just broke the holding block there, and we're still cruising. And it was locked to the ship. So this is a working prototype, absolute trash prototype, but it proves the concept there. Is because the swivel can hold on, but what happens is the swivel does not pass along a lot of its characteristics. Swivels still melt away. Don't tell me that, Johnny. No! You wouldn't want to build something connect with every time I lock down. So yes. So then do we just go back to the you just fly it into the hold? The problem with that is you have to. When did swivels melt? For the last like 5 months, and they just haven't done anything with it. So the swivels, they just melt. Okay, so what you could do, you wouldn't want to touch down, unload, fly. You would want to touch down, unload, fly off. Yeah, so what we could do, I just don't know how loud and annoying it would be. What happens if there is tires in the bit? Okay, well I guess we should do a noise test here. We should just do a noise test with one of these vehicles. Yeah, TV, do not log into your world. Talk to Rooster first or somebody else. So, what we could do, let's do a quick test here. If you start out with your dynamic platform, boop, boop. I can't build. I can't build. Oh, that's absolute trash. Somebody doesn't know how to line up squares. Somebody does not know how to line up squares. Okay. Put the hold in the flyer, the pit on the underside of the vehicle. On the underside of the vehicle. Okay, so wait. Are you saying that you fly up into the vehicle? But how do you get it to stay? I think it would be easier to have like a little basket on top where you just fly in. Pull the hole on the floor, the pit on the underside of the vehicle. So if we take and let's just for simplicity's sake here, we throw. Let's just do half walls. Walls. Scroll down to half walls. Okay. And I appreciate your honest feedback. Like, if you would hate doing that, if I'm just kind of rambling over here and like, I would never lock a vehicle down when I went to fly. I just want to fly my vehicle. I don't want to do that. That's totally legit. That's totally legit. This is an absolute monster of a containment unit. Okay, so if a guy just has so tires actually slow a vehicle down. I don't like using tires, but we'll just use them for now. So if a guy has a tire there, a tire there, a tire there, tire. Yeah. The whole idea is the best option here to park at. To park it. Okay, so if we just make a containment unit here, and we're gonna make this as our dumb flying ship for now. Hold up. It has to be free floating, so I have to do this first. Do that, and then we'll drop one of these on top. What? Why? Oh, my character's in the way. Sorry. So if we put this dynamic platform on top here, and then let's just throw 4 hover bricks on it, because I want to see what happens if you put hover bricks on it, if that makes it better or worse. Hover brick. Actually, we'll just do 2. 2 will be fine. And then we need to turn that on. But before we do, let's go ahead and drop it in here. So it's in the containment unit. Let's turn it on, because I want it to hover in here. I have no clue how if that's going to work very well or not. But now let's go ahead and add some balloons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, So now it will go up, but we need to just go forward. I don't even care if it turns. We'll just throw one thruster on there for now. Because this is just a test. I get sometimes too caught up in the, oh, we gotta make it cool. No, it doesn't matter. Hey, Kaboom, how's it going? Sorry for popping in accidentally during your stream. I did go over to Jaded Inventor to see if he was streaming on YouTube, and I didn't see that you were. And so I'm like, okay, I don't think they're streaming. I should just go say hi. So let's heat this guy up. Oh. Okay, that hover bricks are not acting right. But yeah, so that hover brick in there is not acting right. It's settled. It shouldn't move until you lift back up. Why is this thing like at an angle? I didn't build it that off, did I? Okay. So what happens if we take off? Okay, so is it very loud? Well, what happens if we get Yes. So it acts. What if it's just sitting in here? Is it actually that loud? Or do I need to put like I could put tires underneath it too. How loud is this thing actually now? Oh, okay. So that's I forgot tires are a little weird. They kind of like to push you through the bottom. So that's actually really quiet. Well, I think because it's sitting on the tires. Maybe I don't know. Hold up. That's I'm hearing no banging. Why am I hearing no banging? What there's no banging. Hold on. If we break that, do we still hear banging? Cuz if does this actually need? Cuz I thought if we'd put this in here like that, it would just be really loud and obnoxious. And it's not. This may just be fine. Oh, come on. Add a thruster there, add a thruster there, and we'll add just a couple turning thrusters to see if this thing gets really loud. So this needs to be assigned to channel. Turn that direction, and this needs to be assigned to the other channel. Turn the other direction. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Oh, come on. And I could technically make it to where the hold is just a little bit larger, to where you don't necessarily have to use the small ship that I designed. You could design your own ship and put it in the hold. Yeah, there's no banging. Wait, where do you intend to dock it before you ship? What do you mean? I'm not sure. So what would happen is you would, oh, crash. Alec, I'm not sure if I understand your question. So what happened is you get to your destination. Technically, if the small ship can also fly, you wouldn't need to bring it all the way to the ground. You get to the ground, you get in your ship, you take off, you go do your errand. Because, like, the big ship is, like, a mobile base. So it has everything you could possibly need. You could use to control it. But I tried and they are bugged. Functional as a toilet, not a door. Yes, correct. So technically, you could have that be an airbase. It could stay up in the air while you ran into your errands. Or you could bring it down. So the dock could be on the ground. Well, the dock is on the... It's basically, think about like a aircraft carrier, but it's able to fly. Think about like the one from... not DC. Marvel. Marvel, how they had that like the quad one that was flying around. Okay, this proves the concept. We're going to break this here. So I am trying to keep a little bit down on some of the junk in this world. I think the noise is manageable. I think we just build it. Yes. Yeah, so I guess if you look at it like this here, this is what I want to show you is the example here. So if you remember Marvel's, they had like that air base. Yeah, the helicarrier. Yes, you're right. The helicarrier. That's kind of what I'm thinking we make, but more survival friendly, less like it won't be as cool. If we get this one done and we like the way it is, we could technically just try to make one that's like cool. But the point with this one here is you could effectively have a helicarrier. What's really nice that we found is whenever you place down a village, the village counts anything that's dynamic that's in the village, which means I could place down a village square. I could place down a village square, and by doing that, this I don't care about all this stuff. What's cool is the helicarrier is technically part of this village, which means all the chests on the helicarrier, you can then access the resources because they're within the city limits. Which means you park a base, you park your ship, you place down a village square, you can then immediately upgrade the village, because you have a bunch of stuff in the base, you have all your workbenches in the base, you have all the resources in your base that are in that city limit. So it like landing gives you access to all your stuff without having to rummage through chests and stuff. If you're just like, hey, I wanted to make something, you don't have to pull from the chest. You can technically just drop down there, drop a village square, and then once you drop down, you place your village square, you could then just have your crafting bench be on your ship itself. You don't even have to place one down in the world. You could place it down, and then you have access to all your stuff because the village square connects all the chests to the crafting bench. Now, if we wanted to get really stupid, I might need to do some more research here. And if we wanted to get really, really stupid, well, this could be actually really cool. This could be really cool. Hold up. We might be able to do something really cool. It may be really annoying. Maybe. Okay, so hear me out, guys. So, are you familiar with coupling and decoupling? Let's say a guy takes and makes a block here. Okay. That is a static object. Now let's say a guy takes then and puts, hear me out. This actually could be really cool. So if a guy puts a swivel on there and then he stacks an entire ship on top of this block here, you'd have to do it in such a way that it would then be inside the ship, which could be a pain to build. So you build your entire ship on top here. Okay. Boop-a-doop. This is just an example here. Okay. So we'll actually just throw together a quick ship. Quick. I don't care how this looks. So I don't care how this looks. I don't care. Why am I making this look cool? Okay. So say you build your ship. Why is that not? Oh, because I'm dumb. That's why. Hold up. I am sorry, Kaboom, that I did not see your stream today. I was working up on top of a 16-foot orchard ladder and trying not to fall to my death. And I was like, I gotta focus 100% on what I'm doing here. Okay, so say a guy has his ship. Okay. It's just a regular old ship, right? Regular old ship, right? Oh, technically we want this to go forward too. I want this one to go forward too. Okay, so he has this regular old ship here with his driver's seat and everything. Oh, I guess we need balloons. Let's just throw on balloon. Oh, come on, balloon. You can do it. Right there. So he's got himself his balloon and everything on here. Gotta put a driver's seat on here, I guess. Why do I always default to the tiny one? I don't really know. Okay, so he's got his a ship here. What happens if a guy makes the base like this, and then what he can do here, this is where things get really cool. Here we go. So a guy can walk over to his part of a ship here. me 1 second. So we go down, down, down. Did that make it? Oh, so I need to stack one on top. Hold up. So if a guy takes this here, now the whole thing should be loose, theoretically. Is it loose? It's not loose. Hold up. Okay, not that piece. Sorry, chat. Okay, this one right here. So if we go like this here, down, 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 down. What happens is we've made that block. That block was static. Now it's dynamic. And if we add air to our ship here, that flies absolutely like trash. So if a guy takes and does this here, let me add something to the back so that way it levels out a little bit. Stop moving around. Make up your mind. Where are you going? Nope. That's too wide. Hold up. Fine. Whatever. Oh, come on. Level out. Level out just a little bit. That's the other thing. Remind me, chat, when we get to that. We need to make sure that it's fairly... The balloons, they need to be higher up. Because the higher they are, the more level it naturally hangs. Okay, because this is not good. This is absolute garbage. Okay, so now it's level, right? Okay, so what happens is if you try to place a village marker on here, it will tell you that it's in another area with another village marker, so we need to break this one. Give me a second. You know a model of ship attachment? You know a model ship attaches to a display stand to hold the outer side of the ship to allow a peg to hold it? What do you mean to a display stand? What do you mean by display stand? Is that a free part too? It has to be a free part for me to use it for my build here. So we have a ship here that we can fly around. But then what happens? You run into if we wanted to place that village square down to have everything connected, it gives you the warning. It says, hey, oh, it's too close to another village. Of course it is. Hold up. Let me fly it away. Okay, let me fly it away from that village. So we come over here. No, I want to come over here. I want off. So we come over here, and then we try to put the village square on here, but it says where there is no village square over here. Stop lying to me. If I come down here, it's not gonna give me that same message. It is too close to another village. Where is this village? I did not place a village down over here. Too close to another village. What the crap is this? This is poop. Okay, I can put it over here. So we need to go on the other side of the trees. So if a guy comes over here, what you'll get is this message that says like object must be placed on solid ground. Here's what we could do that makes things really cool. If we take and it's not gonna like us. Hold up, it's not gonna like us. So if we break this piece here, the whole thing gets locked in place. But unfortunately, that block needs to actually be on top of the ship, not under the ship. So this is now locked in place. I bet you it's going to still tell us that it has to be locked. It's not. It has to be on solid ground because it still considers this, on solid ground. But here's the cool part. Over here, this block is still considered a static object, which means we made it temporarily dynamic, but we could place a village. Okay, maybe we can't anymore. We can place a village square. We cannot place a village square. Houston, we have a problem. They might have fixed that. I swear you could do that. We maybe need to make it level. Does it need to be more level to count? Sweet, Alec. Okay, so if we take... And, okay, come on. I keep not putting these things in the right position. I cannot... Why? I am struggling, man. I am on the struggle bus. We are on the struggle bus. Okay. It should be dynamic again. Yes, it is. Okay, let's throw this piece in here. Oop! Not ourselves off the edge of the world. Does that make it more level? I want it to be level. I want it to be level. Is that level enough? Okay. If that's level enough, we'll break this off. Now it's stuck in the air. Will it let us... Oh, good night, Spooky Plume. Thanks for stopping by. So now if we put it here... it was worth a shot. So my thought was you could theoretically lock your ship in the air by having that block there. It wouldn't descend or ascend or move around on you. And you could then just go place your village square anytime you wanted. But it does not let me do that. So much for that idea. And it would be kind of annoying every time you logged out and logged back in. You would have to re-break that because it would kind of start reverting, I think. Come on. How do you lock your ship? How do you lock a ship? That I could advertise it as the ability to it's like padlocking your ship so nobody can steal it because they won't know what part is actually locked in place. Like, no one can steal my vehicle. They could just blow it up. Sweet, Alec, I'll take a peek at that. So, we're using coupling and decoupling. Go check out Lego Moxie's video on coupling and decoupling. The answer is, the short explanation for you is there is static and dynamic objects. What happens if you attach two objects, the smaller one takes the attributes of the larger one, including if you have a large dynamic object. By large, I mean part count is the only thing that really matters. So if it has a higher part count than the other one, the static object then becomes dynamic while they are attached. Now, if you unattach them, the static object remembers it was supposed to be static. But we can do the opposite way around, where we can tell the ship, hey, once we disconnect them, I'm using that swivel. So unfortunately, you would have to use multiple swivels because the swivels would have to. Because the swivels would have, you don't want them to bend, because if you bend a swivel, it causes everything to drift. You don't want your ship to drift. Though it wouldn't drift because it'd be locked in place. But you could make a slowly rotating base, because if the one side of the swivel is attached to the vehicle, the base, like the flying ship, and the other side is attached to a static block, then it would lock it. It would be like a sky anchor, effectively. Ooh, that's cool. It's cool when you say it that way. Yeah, I remember your ship just didn't look like a static. Yeah, the ship was not static, but the block that I attached to the ship was static. So by coupling and decoupling that static block, we could lock or unlock the ship in its current location. Paz says you have to start with a foundation plate on the ground, then place the base totem, then break the base free from the ground. But then still the base totem can be buggy. I'm not sure what you mean by base totem. Hold up, let me see this picture here. You talking about? Oh, are you just talking about doing a Alec, I'm not sure if I understand. I'm not sure if I. So, are you saying? Are you saying that the small ship Sorry, let me show you guys. He sent me a pic. Well, I'll explain it. He sent me a picture. It's got a ship that has like a base plate. It's the wow. All the Star Trek fans are gonna murder me now. It's the main ship from Star Trek. So it's got like the base plate with a stem on it, and then the big ship has like the ship from Star Trek has a hole in it to where it can sit on top of that post. So I guess the small ship, instead of making a containment unit, you could just make a post. Basically, the top ship is a donut ship, and it sits on a post. The Enterprise. Thank you, Paz. I apologize. So if the big ship just has like a docking post, the small ship that's the donut shape or has a hole in the bottom could land on top of that docking post, which would be a lot better than trying to make an entire containment area. So then it sits on the post, and we could potentially add like 4 tires on the post to make it so it doesn't bang and make so much noise. If yeah, Alec. Okay, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Okay, I like it. Let's do another test here. I like it. Let's actually try to start getting in on the actual build here. We've kind of talked about theories and thoughts. Well, because this is what happens. You make a prototype, and then you make another prototype, and then you make another prototype, and then you make another prototype, and eventually, you get what you want. So this is the first version. It's gonna be thrown together. It's not gonna be great, but it's gonna be built. We need to go also less complexity area. Let me go over to. Oh look, I have this random 3 over here. Maybe I should go fly over there. Also, rip to this science vessel that I made. It had this really cool floating piece that would rotate as you flew, but then swivels broke and it just disintegrated. Yeah, so I like your idea. Instead of trying to make like a small ship that fits inside of a cargo bay, it just sits on a post. I like it. The only thing with that that I have to be careful about is that it doesn't change if you're flying it. It has to sit in the center of mass. It has to sit in the center of mass, because if it sits too high, when you're flying without, if you're flying the main ship without, if you're flying the main ship without the small one, then it will fly differently than if it has one. Anyways, oh wow, I'm randomly over here in an area with the ship that I built that I can't figure out. Also, chat, what do you guys think about this ship before we get into the build? This is an ad break for a Bye Guys teeny little ship. What do you guys think about this? Do I need to make a tutorial on this? Because I can't quite get this one balanced in. This one just uses like 3 parts. This one uses like 3 parts. It's like just the swivel, 2 thrusters pointing that direction, 1 point thruster pointing the other direction, those 2 side pieces in the driver's seat. But I can't get them to line up right, because whenever I activate the hover brick, what happens is it wants to like nosedive or like go nose into the air. Like, see that? We're getting a nose into the air. Woohoo! We could flip it over though. Anyways, I can't quite figure this one out. This one's cool. I like it though. I like it. So this one here, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get to the tutorial. So this is the tutorial really, really quick for you guys. So what you do is you just take and you grab, somebody made me figure this one out, because I can't quite get the balance just right. The answer is here, you just go down here. This is what I was really excited about the other day, and then I still couldn't figure it out. So you just start with this long one, because we want to make sure that it's actually not going to be an issue. Then we grab a hover brick. Yeah, here you go, Angry Moose. So yeah, you just start with that. You start with there. You gotta put a hover brick on there, and then we here's the other thing. I got so many videos that need to be done, but I can't do all of them. Okay, so these are technically, they were free pieces, but this is where I'm hesitant to make a tutorial, because these pieces cannot be obtained now unless you already had them. But they were free. So if you use snap mode and you nudge it down one on this side, you grab the other one here, one on this side, and you nudge it down one. That's the main build. And then all you have to do here is you have to put the thrusters on. this is the problem that I've been running into and why I haven't made. I tried and I tried and I tried and I couldn't get it quite right. So if you put the soup Sora here, I can't get them because they need to be a half stud higher or lower because I can't get the balance just right. So we're gonna nudge these one right there, one right there. So the problem, yeah, it works, but when I release a tutorial, it has to be perfect. The ship, when it's flying in the air, it can't tip down or up, and I can't quite get it right. Paz, I care because I can't compete with the Mad Puck who makes really cool vehicles. I can't compete with that. So all my tutorials have to use free parts. And these are technically, they were free, but they're not free now. So yeah, if you go back and you look at any one of my videos, they all are made with free parts, which means anybody can build them. So you just put a 2x2 little piece there, and you put a driver's seat on the back, and it's basically done. Yeah, all my tutorials use free parts. Put a driver's seat right there, and then you just go up to the front here, and you throw on one of the Sub Sora, the large one here. I like to flip it upside down because then I think it looks like a headlight. I think it looks like a headlight. That's why I like that. It looks like a headlight here. And then you just assign the channels to whatever you want. You guys can modify this, play with this if you want. So this is going to be reversed, going backwards. This one here is turning that direction. The other one's turning the other direction. Yeah, Madpack has a whole team. I can't keep up with that man. Okay, so now all you have to do then is it just goes. And yeah, it actually cooks. It cooks. The problem is here. See how it's like it's nosing into the sky. You could technically push F to flip, and then we can like reverse it here. But you can angle it. So if we wanted, we could. Oops, sorry, other direction. Oh, there we go. So we could do this. So it's not a competition. But I also want to make things that that everybody could do. Yeah, no one can give up the map back. Correct. But yeah, so for me and my specific channel, the things that I put out there are free builds. This is technically was a free build. The other thing that I do whenever I release a tutorial, I try to push the bounds of what can be done in the game, so it's not just a tutorial for a new vehicle. It also explores a new mechanic. So the new mechanic with this one that makes it interesting, if you guys are not aware, they've made some changes. I don't know why I didn't know this, and I went to tell Modpack about it, and he's like, yeah, we already knew all that. But watch this piece. So see this piece curved right here? So anything from this list right here, from the decor part, you snap it on. You see that? It can be put on at an angle, which means you can do all kinds of crazy angles now. And not only did that, but like, let's go over here to this tab, lighting. Here's a random light, an old random light. Now, if we go back to this tab, we can go over here to the vehicles here, go to the decor part, anything in this, well, pretty much anything in this list, most everything in this list. If you grab it, it will snap onto the surface. Okay, it would normally snap onto the surface. Well, if it doesn't snap onto the surface, you can snap it onto the ground and then like move that to where your surface is. But we can get in all kinds of insane angles. Like, look at this piece right here. My mind was blown. Okay, so we grab, this one is the one I was playing with. So if you have that piece right there, we can then take these and you could make, hold up, let me go out here. You could make an entire, like spherical thing. You can make like an entire spherical thing, like pulling from here, and then what happens? These angles. Oh, hold up, I forgot to put that one there. So these are all like perfect in tune pieces, like that. Now we have a perfect circle. It's a perfect circle. Kaboom! Circles. You can rip this out of the ground and turn this to an engine thing. But you could like even pull off those angles there with just your regular pieces. And like you would have a build. Well, I can't. So what we could do here. Oh, that's object must be aligned. Hold up. Let me go down more. You could have your giant campfire build. Oh, come on. Oops, that's not the right spot. But like the point here is like you could have yourself a teepee. You could do like all kinds of insane things. There's insane angles. And I need to make a short about this, but I have been completely unmotivated to make the short about that. But now you guys all know because you're here in the stream. But like circles. Perfect circles. Circles. Anyways, and yeah, apparently I've been messing with this for like ages and I didn't even know it was happening. The other thing you can do is we've always used the pressure plates and stuff to flip pieces, but technically you don't need to use pressure plates anymore because we could just take a regular block. Like, oh no, we need to flip something 90 degrees. So when they remove that feature that you can't flip things, well, they actually add it into the game as a legitimate thing. Hold up, right there, boom. Now that's then an angle, and now we can pull anything off of that piece, and now it is at. Oh, I didn't actually. Hold up, let's do it on this side. That was a poor example. Wait, I thought it was acceptable. Put one like that, and then we grab the foundation piece here. See that? See that right there? Boom. All of a sudden, we have done directional building with pieces that didn't cost blast powder. Now, I don't know if there's a really cheap piece in there, but theoretically, if you have it, I think probably some like so that you should still be able to get all the Luftwaffe pieces for free, which means they are all free. So that'll cost a marble slab. I guess that one cost a marble slab, which is not necessarily the cheapest thing you'd want to go for. But like this is granite slabs and planks. That's pretty cheap. And instead of having to use blast powder, if you were like early game, you just didn't have blast powder. But if you don't have blast powder, then you're weird. Oh, but here's my question. So well, that's a whole nother thing. I'll get to that later. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. There's your guys' tutorial. Build this. Somebody get it balanced and let me know when you get it balanced, and we'll do something about it. I just have too much fun playing the game. But yeah, so there's a cool vehicle. It's a lot of fun. I want to show you that because I was really proud of that. Back to the build. Okay, the other thing that I found when we were flying around the sky base, was I would run into something and something would break off. So all of the important parts need to be tucked inside, or there needs to be an outside shell that makes it safe to fly around. So we're going to start here by grabbing from vehicles. We want this thing to be able to land and not just immediately smash. So let's grab ourselves the yellow fender, and we'll put that on top of a platform. Let me grab a platform to build off of here. And then we're going to grab the yellow fender, because I think that's going to be the cheap option. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. I think it fell down in the couch. Whatever. It's fine. I think it just made a noise. Okay, so if we take and we have a ramp or foot of sorts. So this is just 2 metal plates, because I also want to try to keep the cost of this thing down. I don't want it to be a super expensive build. We could... Oh, that's 3. That's 2. That one's 9. That one's 2. So these are cheap. These are the cheapest option. So if we just have this thing a foot... My phone keeps going out. Where is my phone? Hold on. Did I drop my phone down here? I can't tell. Oh, it's down. We're good. I just want to make sure this wasn't important. Hold up. I'm getting messages. This is... What? Yes. Okay. This is just my uncle. Okay, so I don't like this being the angle that it is. I want it to be rotated. So we're going to actually put the staircase on first. We're going to do it at the edge, though. So if we take the staircase, because I think the answer is for your flying base, you want to take and you want to just do a staircase every time. These are the steepest staircase, but they can get you into trouble if your ship is not quite level. So I'm wondering if we want to do a more gradual staircase. The nice thing about the steep one is they don't take up as much space, and it makes it easier to get up in there. The other thing that we could do that could be just cool is having the generic curved stairs can just look really cool. but I don't. Well, that's a dredge, not durable. That one, dirigible. That one's expensive, and that one's not a free piece. This one is, but that one's not a free piece. Hold up. There we go. Log cabin. That one's free. Okay. So if we take and we put a staircase here, but we don't want the stairs to smash into the ground and break, we could put tires. But if you do tires, then it likes to move. So let's put. But the tires would make it quieter. Hold up. But if we use a powered tire, that shouldn't move as much. Hold up. Let me do that. Which means if I was starting this tutorial, if you also watch my tutorials, you'll notice that each tutorial tends to start with a different starting piece, because I try to find the most efficient piece to start with. In this case, we're going to start with this block here because our staircase should be wider than that, which means we could shift that down there, and that leaves us room to put tires. Okay, we're going to put two tires. Do we want one or two tires? Probably just one, which means I need to break that and start over. Okay, so now we put this over here. We put one tire. Oh, that's the reason for two tires. It's because it's going to want to roll. The base is going to want to roll away if it's on a hill. So we don't want tires because they like to roll. Oh, sorry. Mobility. If you grab one of the small steerable wheels, that should not move so much. Because it may still break. We'll have to do some testing. This bottom staircase may need to be replaced with granite or had something to protect it from breaking more. But that tire there should help land, causing a little bit of a cushion, and we shouldn't be as likely to break it. Okay, so one staircase up should be enough. Then we need a platform up here. The early game, you're going to have a bunch of wood, and you're going to have some granite too. I'm thinking we go ahead and splurge and we make a granite floor, but we could give the builder the option to use a wooden floor. I'm thinking just the granite is just going to be a little bit more sturdy long term. Okay, now it's chat where you can add your input here. So if we go, hold up, we go. Well, it needs to be lined up. Let's add. Hold up. Let's add. Okay, you need to be quiet, death bug. Oh, can you shoot these? Can you shoot these guys? I'm curious. I've never shot a butterfly. No, you can't shoot the death bugs. I know you can shoot the other ones. It's super nice. Anyways. Yeah, so I've decided that I do free builds because I don't have the time to balance my life and content creation. And so by not trying to chase everybody and be as fast as everybody and put out videos back to back to back, instead of trying to beat other people in their lane, I'm just going to drive in my own lane, which is free parts. Also, the other reason that I wanted to do that with free parts here is to prove that this game, you don't have to spend money on this game. Because I see a lot of comments that people like Lego Fortnite is pay to win. No, it's not. You could play this game for free and have a whole lot of fun. Now, I view the kits as like a DLC that you can. If you want, if you enjoy the game a lot and you want to, hold on, I gotta do the 8x8 here. So I'm trying to figure out, does that give you enough room to go up and down the stairs reliably? That should be fine. It should give you enough space. We don't want a huge space, but we want big enough that you can get in and out. What we're gonna run into here now is. Oh, problem. This needs to be the center of mass of the ship because it's the tire that it sits on. We are gonna go one high. So if this is the center mass of the ship, That means we want the small vehicle, when it lands on the ship, we want it to be in the center mass of the ship, because then if it's there or it's not there, if it's in the center of mass, it won't really affect how the vehicle flies. So we do actually need to go make this slightly higher to push that footprint out just a hair. So we're actually going to go 2 higher. I know that's going to make the whole thing sit higher off the ground, which I don't like, but it's going to move this footprint farther forward, which I do like. Okay, what happens if you snap? Why can't I snap? Because I also want to make it so there's snap mode, which makes it a little easier to build. So if we just go... Okay, let's sleep through the night quick, and then we will get back to it. Okay. Sleep through the night. Okay, so we go up 2 here. Then we go... Oh, come on. They changed it to where now instead of holding the snap mode, you click it to turn it on and click it to turn it off. Hey Taz, how's it going? So instead of clicking it to turn it off and on, you just click it to click and hold to keep it on. It's tap to turn it on, tap to turn it off, which it's fine. I just have to get used to that. Okay, so let's do ooh, that could be fun if the I don't know. So the ship needs to land in the center. What if the ship... We don't... Hold up. So, Taz, what we're trying to do here is we're making a flying base. I made a lot of flying bases in the past, but this one here I'm trying to make, and then if we can nail it down good enough, I may make a tutorial on it. So that's kind of the incentive here, is if I can make a tutorial on it, that might be where we do it. But what we want to do is we want to make a base that can hold everything you could need, that's expandable, kind of like what we did for our community playthrough. But we decided that we want to... it was Alec that was saying... if we put a post in the center... here... probably a shorter post, but it needs to be made out of something more sturdy. We're just gonna do this for the example here. So if we add a post in the middle, it needs to line up. Oh, hold up, that's all the way up here. So maybe we do a half stair and then a whole stair. I mean a whole stair and then a half stair is what I meant. Hold up, that's because the ship does not need to be that. Well, maybe it needs to be that big. No, it doesn't need to be that big because it's just a tiny ship. Hold up. Well, here, let me show you real quick, Taz. I'll just show you real quick. So the thought would be if you make a small ship with what I should add to the top of that, they make the little spike. Well, yeah, so the point would be you could land a ship on top of this. Let me show you with my straw. So if you add a spike to your big ship, the mothership, then what you could do is you could make a smaller ship that you could fly in with like a donut ship that would then land on top of the spike, and then that would effectively keep it in place. Now you can take and you can fly your big home base wherever you want to go, and then when you get to your destination, you just lift off and you fly away, and you come back and you land. You're good to go. That will, yeah, okay. So sorry, we're gonna break this for the 1000th time, and I apologize. Fell to my death and my doom. This does not need to be this tall. It needs to be less tall than it is. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so we go full stair, and then we'll do half stair. Because this will also make it so it's not so high. The benefit to that... Well, these are paid. I need a free option. We're now going to do this in generic stairs, because that's free. Okay, so if it goes up, Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, generic stairs are gonna be use trim pieces. The post doesn't have to be so tall. Yeah, I could use trim pieces, or I could use the half walls. But yeah, I like where your mind is going. Um, okay, so the nice thing about this here, let's see. I don't think a guy could jump that high. The one thing that okay, scrap this. It's only going to be one high. The reason being is your character can jump pretty high. So if there's a wall here, like this, with a platform with your ship, convenience here, instead of having to go up the ladder every single time, if your ship naturally sits at the snap mode, they changed it. If your ship sits about that high off the ground, you can run up to your ship. Hold up. Let me turn fly mode off for a second. That's in settings. Nope, that's not the word. That's not what I need. I need settings. Oh, fly mode. Fly mode. Fly. Friendly, free, villager, player, fly mode. Off. Apply setting. Yes. So, if the ship sits this high off the ground, you can run up to your ship from any side, and you don't have to use the staircase, because you can just run up and grab your ship. But if we were to do this exact same thing, but we make it 1.5 tall, now all of a sudden, this ledge is no longer grabbable. You cannot run up to your ship. Well, maybe you can run up and grab your ship. What I mean is, okay, what the heck? What kind of jump? Dude, what kind of jumping abilities does this guy have? Okay, there's a little bit of rise there, I think, is why I'm able to do that. If it was the other way, and I don't think you'd be able to. So my point being is if we do it the shorter height here, you should be able to just run up, jump up, and grab your ship. So I'm going to limit. Oh, well, let's turn fly mode back on because I am lazy. Turn fly mode off. Turn damage off. Apply setting. I have a suggestion. A Halloween nightmarish tile wall paired with technically support 2 will make a V-shaped beam holds. So the problem is Taz, that is a paid part, isn't it? The Halloween nightmarish tiled wall. That's a paid wall. Gotta be free. This is a free build. We're the free people over here. We're the free people of Lego Fortnite. Okay. So let's just it is free? What do you okay, hold up. So you said Halloween nightmarish tiled wall. The tech city support, I believe, is if you're talking about this one here. This one here is a paid piece. Yeah, so we can't, unfortunately, can't use that one. It's paid. There is, yeah, paid for both. Yep, that's the problem. The other thing that I found is trying to build with just the free pieces helps my brain because I gotta get overwhelmed with the amount of options. What I really want Lego Fortnite to add here, they've got these really cool things that they're like, hey, when you're building, you can do filters. Preferences. You have like sets, themes, and preferences. What I want them to add here is a preferences or just themes. I want them to add a category, a custom category. Well, I want them to do it one of two ways. One is allow us to make a category. So I can set I can set up like a pre-setup, like they're like, hey, I want this one, whatever. You click whichever ones you want, and you do preferences, and you say like create filter, You can name it just like you can name anything else, or maybe even they just say if they're worried about the whole naming things and people might say something inappropriate, they could just say it's preset number 1, preset number 2. But if you were to, or that's what I would probably be best for everybody. What I care about is I want to be able to have a setting in here that is free or paid. They can even say like if they don't want to use the word paid or free, they could use, I had another word. I made a Reddit post about it. They could call it like base game. So meaning anybody would have those parts. It would make it easier for content creators to know what they can add in their build, or like what is free, what is not when they're doing the tutorials. And it would make it easier for the player to know, like, yeah, for content creators. It would make it really easy. It would make it very nice for content creators. Oh, I like these Luftllama. That could be fun to play with those. Anyways, sorry. Floors. Back to our concrete floor. Let's go 3 wide. Is that too wide? Not sure if it's too wide. Okay, so if we go like this and then we move this in, move those in, move those in, and then we move those. Hold up. Where did that line up with that? Do we have the 8x8 here? Let's see. What do we have? 8x8. Did we do that? Yeah, that made it so it was impossible to get in. Okay, so now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the center of the Oni pieces. Okay. So part of me wants to say that the Oni pieces are pretty good. So this is the center mass of the ship. It makes me want to have aesthetically, I want that front ship to land on a landing pad up front. I want the small ship to land on a landing pad right here. That'd be sweet. But I'm wondering if we should put it on a higher deck. But I want it to look nice. So do we... trying to figure out the shape of the ship to make it look nice. But what I think I can do to make it land better is if the flying ship lands on an upper deck, which means there has to be an upper deck up here. But if our staircase here, if we snapped it to the same one here, that doesn't work very well. But if we go 1, 2, you need space to be able to 3, 4. You need space to be able to get like down or up without feeling too claustrophobic. That's why 4 there. So this takes you up to this deck here. It's got to be really early game friendly. Like this one is not designed for. I want it to look nice, but more importantly, I want it to be buildable early game. So it can't be super heavy. It can't be super expensive. And it has to be expandable. Okay, so if we go... And then also the simpler it is, the easier it is to do for tutorials. Because if you... I don't like watching hour-long tutorials because I get really bored. But if the tutorial is quick, I would be willing to watch it. I don't know about you guys. So we go up here like this. The problem becomes... Man, I really want to land that ship on the front. But the center of mass has to be right here. This has to be the center of mass. Which means if this is the center of a yacht with a... Okay, maybe that's... Alec, maybe I need to look that up. Maybe I need to go take some inspiration from yachts. Let me go over and look up yachts. Hold up. We're going to look at some pictures of yachts. Let me see if I can... Microsoft Edge. Oh, that's not the word I want. Helicopter. No, helicopter. On yacht. Y. How do you spell yacht? Oh yeah, YACHT. Images. Look at some images here. Chat. Ooh. That's a good idea. Hold up. I'm gonna change it so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I'm gonna turn on screen, but it might actually mute my mic. Oh, you can still hear my mic. Sweet. Okay, let me go over here and look at some yachts here. So that's what I'm saying. With the yachts here, the decks like yeah. Go ahead, Taz. Send me a picture on Discord. So with the yacht here, every deck consecutively gets farther back. Like on this yacht here. I like this. And if the helicopter lands on the top, it can just sit there without having any issue. Whereas if it sits on the bottom, it's gonna be in the way of that stairs. So if the stairs, I guess if they go back all the way back, that would be fine. Let me see. I don't want the. Okay, so here's another. Well, that's doesn't show the whole ship. I need to see the whole ship to kind of get the perspective of what's going on here. Copyright strike from showing 1,000 different images. Okay, so this is cool, but it doesn't show me the whole ship. I want to see the whole ship in the picture. I can't have a helicopter land on the the thing land on the very back, because yet again it's going to throw off the weight of the vehicle. So it has to be at the center mass. It has to be at the center mass, otherwise it's going to affect it. I want to see. So this one here, I know these are ships and these are not like airships, but I think the concept still translates. And these ships, somebody spent a lot of money trying to make the ship up the yacht look beautiful. And so if I could pull some inspiration, that would be good. Let me look at Taz, see if Taz has sent me something yet. Nope, not yet. Okay. So right here, let's look at this. Oh, no, I want to look the picture bigger. Why can't I want to see the picture bigger. Fine, whatever. Oh, actually, maybe I can just zoom in this way. There we go. So, helicopter here. So, if we have deck 1 underneath, 2 on top, and did we go for a 3rd level for where you control everything? That's more just which Discord? I just have one. Oh, you can just send it directly to me, Taz. It's just a bide guy, same as everything else. So if I make this thing have 3 levels, 1 for most everything, your storage, everything, it's low, it's accessible. You have the second one, which has the helicopter pad. Well, we're gonna call it the helicopter pad. You have this helicopter pad where you can land your vehicle, your small vehicle on, and then in the very back you have a 3rd deck, which is just half higher. That could be for your pilot's chair. I've always put the pilot's chair at the back because it gives you a better bird's eye view. Thankfully, they did make that camera dynamic now, so the larger the build, the farther the camera goes back. So it's not as big of a deal if it goes in the back. I'm so default to driver's seat in the back that's what I do now. And the other thing we should do here is we have to leave room for all the balloons. They can't be in the middle because that's where we have to land. They gotta be on the sides because I want to be able to see. I want to put the balloons fairly high so that way it naturally wants to upright when we land, so it does not tend to tip so much. Okay, let's get back to Lego Fortnite. Okay, let's get back to the Lego Fortnite. Okay, so if that's our inspiration here. Let's actually go 1 wider. So we got 3. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. 5, and then these just consecutively get smaller. Is this just too big right off the bat, though, to just have a massive ship? Okay. I don't know. It might just be too big. Taz, I can. It's just a bide guy. Taz, just send me a friend request. It's literally a bide guy. It's the same thing as my YouTube username. I'm not sure if I know what your handle is, and it'd be easier for you to just type that in quick. Okay, so does that look just too bulky, though, is the question. I feel like that the nose, I don't like the way that nose looks. Maybe we do dip into what other pieces, what other floor pieces do we have here? I know we're not trying to make it too it's got to be simple, though. The Oni stronghold, because the problem is that people won't have access to these pieces early game. They will have access to floors, though, just the regular floors. So we'll go ahead and run all these up here, but we will add an 8x8 We've already added a couple 8x8s, so people will have already had that in their quick hotbar. So we can throw their 8x8. That one's paid. Where's the free 8x8? 8x8. That's Majestic Manners. I want Lion Knight. First Order. Whatever, it's fine. I will just use... What color is that under here? It's the brown, so it's fine. Yeah, I don't... Alec, I keep watering. I have not gotten used to it. I think I will be I think it's one of those things that I will be fine with. Once I get over that it's different. Sweet. Let me go. Message request. Accept DM. Accept request. We are now friends. There we go. You can... I don't have my DMs closed, so anybody on the internet could send me junk. So what we want is the launch pads. I guess it's going to go off the back. So the other thing here... this is where we're going to have a problem. If this is the center mass of the ship, this is where I want people to be placing their things more often. So I guess the storage. Okay, going over there. Okay. What Taz? What is this exactly? So you sent me the picture here. Let me just download it and then I'll show chat because I want to make sure that chat sees what I'm talking about. Let me go over to my OBS. Let me just drop the picture. Downloads. So this is the picture that Taz just sent me. Okay. And it is way too big. Hold up. There we go. Okay, so Taz just sent me this photo here. So are you talking about having... Let me read your comments. You said... let me scroll it back down. Are you talking about are you talking about having the wings? Are you talking about this thing right here? Ooh, I see what you're saying. I've always gone long and narrow so that we could fit through things, but I really like the look of that. Taz. Ooh. Because then the Hellfire, yeah, Ooh. There's something I wanted to know. Does the item in the chest add weight and complexity? I don't know if they add complexity, but they don't add weight that I know of. So yeah, putting a bunch of stuff on the left side versus the right side, I don't think really affects it. Oh, Taz, the only thing we need to be careful about is, I like where you're going with that though. Let me delete that image there. Yes. So the only thing that I have to be careful about. Oh, I really like that. Okay, let me break some of these here. Ah, not what I meant to do. Okay, so if we go, the problem is the center mass has to be right. Let me get rid of this staircase. This is throwing me off. So this is the center of mass. I'm just going to add a post here to remind myself this is the center of mass. The center mass needs to be right here. Which means that's also going to be on the second level where that post sticks through. Yeah, it does look like a stealth bomber. Okay, so if that's the center of mass, you come up the walkway. And... Oh, man. Do we... No, that has to be that direction. We might be able to achieve some angles here, which could be cool. but I don't know if it's going to be practical. Man, I really want to add cool angles to this now. Taz, what did you do that for? Now you're making me want to, like, reconsider everything that I was thinking. It does look like a stealth bomber. The other ones don't have 45s, unfortunately. None of the free pieces do. Okay, but if we take that and we run with it, okay. So if the bottom layer has all the storage, you almost need... This needs to be the same width. Hold up. Is there floor pieces that are angled like that and the free pieces? Maybe we do use... Well, these are the Dragoncraft. They're not free. Dreadnought Dirigible, those are not free. These are Lighthouse. They're not free. So the Luftwaffe Longboat, these are free. But they're curved in such a way that trying to go multiple of these out might look really odd. So like this one here. Oh, let me get rid of this. Not what I meant to do. Okay, so if this goes out like this, these pieces are also going to be really fragile is the problem. So that one goes there. It looks cool, but then trying to go to the next one. Yeah, that's not going to... okay, it's paid. Closest thing is only floor pieces with a 45-degree angle. Stack them on. Yeah. To wall height. Yeah. So those. The problem with using Oni pieces in this build, this is more of the survival ship. The problem with using Oni pieces is, in order to unlock the Oni pieces, you have to go over to Ninjago Island and you have to unlock the books to get the pieces, which means people won't just have access to that. Though, hold up, we have a generic floor, cedar floor. This is a generic. This is 9. Hold up, chat. But it's wood, so it's gonna be fragile. So you can't run the ship into anything. But what I kind of want to do here, hear me out here. What I really want to do here is make it so if a guy takes and just puts, this looks sick, man. If a guy just puts these, this could be like really cool. Oh man, that looks cool. The problem is it makes all of these really fragile wooden pieces that take massive damage. Star Wars Island has some pieces, but the design is for pieces. Let me look. The problem is, are they free pieces? That's the key. So these here are very fragile, the Imperial ones. Those are Oni, so you wouldn't really unlock those. Let me see. Yeah, these pieces. Problem is, those are going to be really fragile. But I really like them. So you might just have to be careful with your ship, because I like these pieces. And I actually like that stair-step look. And they're really big. You use the 8 as the front and the 16th. Yeah. Oh, 45 is in the middle from the yeah. So let's just rock this for now. Okay, so if it comes to center here, then it needs to come back. Hi, just got back from the lake. Welcome, man. Welcome in, traveler. I need to talk to Kaboom and figure out how he set up all that. That's really cool. He's got the welcome in, traveler. I like it. Okay, so let me go. But this may actually need to be forward one more. Hold up. Let me make this forward one more. Because I think, well, is it big enough? That's got to be big enough. Oh, the bottom has to stick out farther than the front. So we got to go one more farther forward. Hold up. So we go one more farther forward here. Boop, boop, boopity boop. This feels weird. I have not gotten to this new snap mode. It's strange. I go right there, 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 there. Okay, so now, do we bring it? I think that the only problem with this is it makes storage really weird. Because if you have long and straight, you could just like line up everything in a row, and it makes sorting things nice. Yeah, the 16 by 16 in center, then 8. It gives the 45 degrees in the front and layer the 6 45 3 panels. Yeah, 1 hour and 44 minutes in, and we've only got this much done. Yeah, we need to keep going here. Let me throw. We're gonna go back 2. Oh, hold up. We're not gonna go back 2. We're gonna go back. Where is that gonna go? Is that gonna be? Because the stairs is what's throwing us off here. So let's say the stairs are here. So this is 8. Then we need to do to finish this out. I guess it just needs to be 8 more. So 4, 6, 8. So 4 of these. So we just do 2. These could technically even be done in wood because they're in the center where they're not going to get hit by anything. These could be done in wood. I'm sorry for the mismatch. Keep in mind, this is the prototype, guys. This is a prototype. Don't panic. Nobody panic. This is a prototype. This is a prototype. Okay, so if we snap this guy on here. 1, 2, 3, and get rid of that guy. It looks really butt ugly, but that's okay. So, that's the foundation you use in the pic. Which one's the foundation? Oh, in the picture. Did you send me another picture? Oh, okay, one picture. Okay. So if we do this here, how do we not make this thing look butt ugly? Maybe we make a flying diamond cube thing. I don't know. Hold up. Let me just go. 1, 2. Oh, that makes it half off. What the heck? Oh, hold up. There's these generic floors. There is. Wait a minute. If that's over by 2, there's a floor piece. It's the smaller angled floor. Yeah, you have the 8 by 8 floor here. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, because you have. Yeah, we have these smaller triangles too we can play with. Unless we wanted to go back in. No, we don't want to go back in. 8 by 8. Like that. So that's the center mass, which means whatever we put on these back wings, they need to be. Oh, hold up. That might actually make a really nice. For the center of mass, you have a whole area to work with. The nose sticks out. Then you can put your storage. What if we go one more layer back here? We go boom, 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 boom. These here. Okay, so let me think this through. We want There needs to be a spot for storage now. So if we take and we add a wall here. We want full height though. Let me filter here so we got some, so I know that we got free stuff. We got generic, we got log cabin, we've got starter shack is fine. We know Pleasant Park. We're not going to use Oni because it would be hard to obtain early game. We got Rugged Rollers is free. Shogun Palace is free. Okay, back. Okay, let's grab. I guess you could technically use any wall. It'd be fine. We'll use the Shogun Palace just because they're kind of cool. Would they have access to those? These are Shogun Palace too. Why are all the cool pieces Shogun Palace? Technically they can use any wall, and this is where you could like be in the tutorial. They'd be like, hey, you could use whatever wall you want. Maybe we'll just use Shogun because they're cool looking. Okay, I'm just gonna use Shogun because they look cool. Okay, put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, we gotta break that out. We don't want that there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we're following Taz's design here, we go back. That's the center of mass, so there can't be much more out here. Is this big enough? This gotta be big enough. Okay, so if that's the landing pad up front, it's gotta be weird. It's okay if it hangs off the edge a little bit, as long as like the centerpieces are lining up. And it's night again. There we go. Okay. If any of you guys have inspirational stuff, you feel free to DM it to me right now. See if we can work with this. Okay, so if we go point like Taz is here, then, but is that practical for a flying ship build? I'm not sure. Oh, the upper layer. I forgot. This can't be here. And this can't be here. And this can't be here yet. Hold up. Let me add that upper staircase now. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's put these staircase. Oh, that's annoying. Why is it that height? What do you mean need supporting object? Floors. Let's go back to what we're doing. Filters, clear filter, spec. Okay. Now we need one more layer because... Oh, this thing's going to be so back heavy is the issue. If I don't... Because if that's the center of mass, then there needs to be like no center here. Or the nose has to go farther forward, which is not going to work because it's going to get absolute massive. Because it's going to get so heavy that people won't be able to fly this thing. Oh no. Oh no, chat. This is just getting too big. Okay, let's go flip this way here to lighten the back up. Yeah, we need to lighten the back up. Otherwise, it's just gonna get too heavy. So let's flip these back the other way. See what that looks like. Taz says the foundation I use the Doctor, how big are you making this thing? Will the larger helicopter be in motion whenever the smaller ship is docked? No, the larger one will not. The helicarrier will not be in motion. Oh yes. The helicarrier will move while the smaller one is docked. But the second chair in front of the bottom stair layer on top of, well, put the second stair. Taz, do you want to just come in here and show me what you're talking about? Put the second stair in front of the bottom stair? Are you saying stack it facing this way? So the problem about stacking it facing that way is the center of the helicopter pad has to be centered with this post. So I wanted to put the second one back here so that way you have room for your ship to land up in here. Let me see what these walls look like. Hold up. What? Why is that so weird? It's like that weird spacing. Do those actually line up top though? Like if I do that, is that what? Is that a half a step off? What? Guys, I figured out how to get a half stud. You just flip these around apparently. That's weird. Very strange. Okay. What I found was nice was to have behind your chest to have those walls to hang your stuff on. But what if I did? Yeah, it was nice to have walls behind your storage stuff. Because the walls give it a natural like backdrop, but the walls are really heavy. What about spiral? So if we do a spiral, then we need to do two. Which way? So we do have the generic spiral stairs now, which could be pretty sweet. And I'm trying to figure out how and where to add the spirals, because you could go. Do you go like? Because you could go. Well, the nice thing about having. The nice thing about having the central staircase here is you can hop into your ship, you can run up, and you can either go to the bottom layer, or then you're right in line to go up to the next set of stairs to go all the way up to the top. Unless you're saying do a spiral staircase all the way up, do 3 levels. But the problem about having a spiral from the bottom is then it's pointing to the sideways. Okay, so if we go up here, and then we add this doesn't need to be super big up here. Because most everything that you're going to do is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me see. Oh, I keep the snap mode has changed on me, man. It's weird. Okay, so this is here. That means this is the center. Oop, not what I meant to punch out. So that's the center of the landing pad, which means we only really need that. Put center of sides balance ship. Put center of sides balance ship. I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying, Taz. Okay, so this is the helipad here. Let me get rid of this now. What we can do here for grins and giggles, for silly's sake, is we're actually just going to make this an actual H. Why? Because we can. I know these are not acceptable colors, but so that's 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So that means that H is way too wide. Hold up. H's are not that shape. Are they? No, they're slightly narrower. Hold up. 12, 12, 11. Wait, so if we go like this, we go into. So that's 12, 13, 12, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So we go 8. Which should give these, unfortunately, a weird odd sizes. Because I don't think I can do an 8 by 8 and an 8 by 8. So it's like an 8 by. Oh, that's gonna make it way off. Hang on. Because that's gonna make it like 8 by 8, but one stud off. So it's like 8. I need like a 6 by 6. Hang on, that's not gonna work. So spiral, put them in the center on both sides to balance the ship. Yeah, I think it's more practical having this central staircase like that. We're gonna have to do 2, unfortunately. But then that looks really dumb. Okay, so then if we put these back as... Is that okay? That looks kind of a little weird, but whatever. So that's 6 by 8 now. So we just do floors. Whatever. It's our helipad. Woo! Okay, so but then in the center of the helipad, we have to have a spike. Just do walls. We'll go down to half walls. Hey, rooster, sitting butts. Welcome in. All right, so we need a wall. That's lying. I need a free wall. That's like, yeah, there we go. Majestic manners. Go like that. Let's see if we can land a vehicle on top of that. The other thing that I thought that might help, there is these roof pieces down here. How's it going, Rooster? What have you been up to? Those are made out of wood. I need something made out of... Here we go. Salty Seaport. So if it comes to a point... Hold on, maybe we can just even use just the point, the Salty Seaport point. So... I'm starting to get dry throat. But, okay, so... If we can land our ship on that, then we'll be good to go. Yeah, the sun... Yeah, it's kind of ate me alive, Rooster. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that's our helipad here. Which, how does this make underneath feel? Does it feel too claustrophobic? Maybe then we need the full wall height. Maybe, yeah, maybe we need to go slightly higher. I don't know, that's not bad. It's not bad. Let's just get this thing going first, and then I can refine this later. So that's our helipad. That's where you land. Not much hanging with the sun, watching Avatar: The Last Bender. Yeah, that would be nice instead of working in this hot sun. Okay, so if we go, that's the point, and then if this goes, do we go? I think we go double. Well, that's this. This has to be the center of mass. So these pieces have to go. Let's do some, try to match our bottom decks to the bottom. Let's try to match the bottom to the top here a little bit. So I'm getting some nasty lag spikes. It's weird. This hole does not need to be this big, so let's go. No, it's not spacious for a ship. I don't think you need to have a big ship. It's just kind of like a little one that sits up here. It is pretty tight, but if you make it much bigger, then you're gonna have other issues. And we'll design a ship to go in there. Oops, that's not the direction that one needs to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this lets you get all the way out of your ship. Okay. So that gives us your space for your landing here. I'm still not liking... Oh, that's what I need to do. There needs to be... Do these need to be full width? No, it doesn't. Not necessarily. So your storage runs on the outside, but your I don't like this. I'm not liking the way that the storage is kind of. This is looking strange. It's looking weird. What's going on here? What do I do to make this not look so weird? Well, I guess all the balloons are gonna come in here and throw everything off too. Let's go. Is there anything with the generic pieces here? Back. Let's see what kind of walls they got. Oh, not very good walls. Stairs. Not something there. These pieces. Nope. Okay. Clear filters. Back. I was hoping there was, to go along with their corner floors, there'd be like a corner wall of some sort. So the thrusters here, we're gonna put them. Okay. I'm trying to think this through here, because the thrusters, they're gonna have to go front to back, left to right. I think we need. I think we need to put a wall in here. Let's just put a regular wall. Just make sure it's free though, just so we're good to go. This is Lion Knights, log cabin. I just need a majestic manor. That's fine. 12 by 12. I need 16 by 16 here. Except for it's not gonna let me place it in here because that's technically not high enough. Dang it. So we're gonna have to go out like this. So when I redo the design, I'm gonna have to make sure that it's. Oh, I can't use these because they have bumps that stick out. I need a flat wall. I need a free flat wall. These are bumps too. This is the wrong color. I need a flat wall because I want to place things on the outside of that wall. This one might be. This might be. I know it's yellow, which is definitely not the right color that we're going for. Not the color we're meaning to go for. Yeah, okay, that's so bad I'm not keeping that. Well, I might be able to get away with doing my thrusters. Okay, so where do the thrusters and how do those go on here? So this is the center of mass, which means we're still heavy at the back. We're still heavy at the back, man. Because if I get rid of these corners, do I get rid of the corner or do I get rid of the center? I think I get rid of the center. I think that'll look cooler. So if this goes away, boom, and this. Let's add. Let's just do half walls. Let's see what that even looks like. I don't even know what that would look like. Walls. I'm not sure if I like the way this is turning out. This is kind of being weird. I think I'm trying too hard. I think I'm trying too hard is the answer. These need to be square though for giving us some room to work with. Yeah, it's just weird. This is weird. If we go half walls, that will make it lighter and allow us to use this as a build space. I want that right there. So if we go here, no, stop. No, stop. Stop auto snapping. Oh no. Okay. Okay. So that is a couple off. Go there. Okay. There. Is that actually line up? That does not. That gives us a space missing. Okay, let's go there and there. That's fine. And then we still have the majestic banner pillar that we put here. Sure. I feel like we're wasting space by doing that is the problem. I don't like it because everything else has got these angles, and then we throw these corners on here, and then it looks bad. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it. Don't like it. Also, that's the only thing holding the entire top platform up, so I gotta be careful not to whack that out of here. I feel like this makes it unusable space. It just makes it unusable space is the issue. 8. Okay, so if this goes like that, I don't know what to do, chat. I don't like it. Okay, we need to do something else here. Let's go to walls. Let me filter everything that's free, because I want to use some really cool pieces on this, but I can't. Log cabin. We've got starter shack. We've got Shogun Palace. We've got Salty Seaport. Where's that at? Gone fishing. Salty Seaport. Where? There it is. Oh, I just cleared the filter. Dang it. Salty Seaport, Starter Shack, Log Cabin, generic. Go away, fly. Okay. Also, this thing has to be simple, so that way somebody could build this. Maybe I need to lean into some of the older log cabin pieces. Some of those may actually just be it. Oh, these pieces also could just be... Salty Seaport is where it's cooking. I like the Salty Seaport pieces. We are gonna use them pieces. That is where we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook on the Salty Seaport here. I feel like that's... Oh, there's these spikes from the Salty Seaport that look cool. I think we want the ship to feel lighter, though, because it's like an airship. So I'm going to lean into this orange. We're going to lean into this orange. But also, I like that, though. These are stone wall... Dude, I just like the angles on this, though. Okay, we're using this piece because I like the angles. Yeah, we're going to put this here. And then we're going to put... Well, that's going to mess up. Oh, no, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Hold up. Go this way with it. And then we go this way with it. Okay, so that means we need to move it in a little bit here. Hold up. So if this one goes right here. This one goes right there. There's a reason for this. Just wait. Just wait. There's a reason for this. So that means this one goes out. And this one goes out. Oh, dude. Okay, yeah, there's something here with these. There's something cool with these here. Ooh, there's something cool. Something cool. Okay, so now what we do here is we go... we have to flip upside down, which I don't necessarily want to do a bunch of flipping upside down on this tutorial. Okay, so for lift balloons, there is only... Filters, clear filters. There is only 2 free balloons. Free lift balloons. And I want to utilize and capitalize on them. But what's interesting here is these lift balloons, they can do some weird angle stuff that I think could potentially help us. Let's see if I can get... I can't quite get 2 on this pillar. Dang it. I was trying to see if I could get 2. Maybe if we do... Let's filter. Let's do Salty Seaport. See what else we got to work with here. There might be a shorter half-wall thing that we can do. Salty Seaport. Salty Seaport. Dude, I forgot. Like, Salty Seaport has got some cool colors. Oh, building. Stairs. Not what I'm looking for. Not quite. Ooh, they're... Ooh. Maybe. What do we do with this, guys, here? There is something here, my guys. There is something here. With these pieces, they could cook. We could cook with those. I'm gonna put one of these down. I don't think I'm gonna use it on this first version, but the second version is definitely gonna have some of those. We're gonna cook with some Salty Seaport. Okay, so. Ooh, and there's these arches too, dude. There's so many good pieces from Salty Seaport. And the blue, I like blue. Pushy Guy says, tip: if you use the 2-story Pleasant Park house, you can recreate the house from up. Yeah, I've done that. Dude, I did that when it first came out. I was like, dude, I gotta do that. Oh, there's this cool piece. I'm just gonna throw this back here. It's kind of unnecessary, but I'm just gonna put it on here. Because we need it. Hold up. Why can't I go up? So we're just gonna put that there. It doesn't. Do we need it there? No. Does it look kind of cool? Yes. Am I leaving it there? Definitely. Okay. So now we need. Oh man. Oh, we could also do. These, like this. Have you done, Push Guy? Have you done that? Oh wait, hold up. Those are going facing out. What am I doing? He's got face out. Out and out. Have you done? You created a neighborhood where big balloons stopped in midair. That's awesome. That's cool. Okay, so clear filters. Here, we're gonna do. Just put it in the center, and we'll just put it in the center here. I don't know how many of these we actually need to make this thing work correctly. I may have to only have one of these in each of these corners because I can't quite get 2 of them. So as much as I'd like to do 2 of these, and I think they look nicer, we'll cook more with this later. Okay. Let's go. Oh, unfortunately, we can't snap to the top of this. I would love to snap to the top of that. We can't. Okay. So that's not going to be enough to lift balloons, I all but guarantee. I do like this open feel, but we're going to have to put a bunch of workstations and stuff in here. So, oh man. I like... Okay, so we'll put the launch pad going off. The problem is this. Okay, we can't have that. I really want that, but we can't have that. But what we can have here is we can have this come to a point, and we can hide our launch pad under that. But does that make that feel weird pointing back? Yeah, that does. Hold up. That makes that look weird. Nope, we're not doing that. We will take and we will tuck that launch pad back here, though. So the launch pad, how you do that here is, for the tutorial, we could do this much quicker. But you just grab, let me see. I got up a thruster. I put it under here. I grab the launch pad, which we care about here. The launch pad, we can then go off the thruster to go upside down. And we can figure out the height that we need. That's the height that we need, but the launch pad needs to be flipped over. So if we come over here to our floors, we grab a 16 by 16 floor, and this game is being very glitchy. I'm gonna need to like reset the game or something. So that's too high. That's just right. I think it is. Hold up, what height do I need here? Does this need to be, so it needs to be lower, which means it needs to be under there. That lets us do it. There we go. Yep. So the answer is right there. Let me reset the game. I'm just going to close the game completely, restart that, see if that fixes the lagginess. Sorry, chat. Push guy says you haven't even tried with any of the new update stuff. I was still using the yellow and blue balloons. Yeah, that's what I used at the time. But these new lift balloons, they do lift a lot more weight. So I would be curious to see how they played out, how well they worked. The other thing we could do with the Luftwaffe, the reason I want to use the Luftwaffe ones, you could use other ones for other color combinations. But I want to use the Luftwaffe ones because right now, until for a couple more months, the Luftwaffe ones can be obtained for free in the free track. If you haven't done that, go over to the pass, the Lego Fortnite pass, and you can grab the free ones. From the free portion of the track, you can get it for free, which is another way to get the smallest jumbo thruster, which there's no reason not to grab the smallest jumbo thruster in Lego Fortnite. Otherwise, you got to go for the larger. They have some other ones which are part of the default game right now, that are also free, but they cost instead of costing the bamboo, they cost iron. So it's kind of like a trade-off. You don't have to go to Ninjago Island, but you also have to get iron. So one forces you to go to Ninjago Island, the other one forces you to get iron. I think that, but I did load up a recent world here, and they made it to where I could fly directly to Ninjago Island. That is now part of the base game, that you can just go to Ninjago Island. So the bamboo would be cheaper to just jump over there, whack a couple bamboo bushes, and come back. Bamboo bush, wow. Bamboo forest. They're not bushes, they're forests. Okay. Let's see if it loads in ever. I'm not sure it will. There we go. Boom. So now that we have this floor piece back in here, why does that stick out weird? Oh, because that's that foot. So what we could do here is we go, you grab your launch pad here. I've done this with a bunch of ships before, and you can decorate this to make this way nicer looking. Launch pads right here. So we center it up here, and we go down until it turns green. Boop. Now we have a launch pad there, and we can assign it to different heights. That should be as high as it goes. So now what happens is you can run off. You can hop up here and you're fine, but if you hop off the back, we can launch yourself up. Okay. Let's put our driver's seat. We might be able to get away with knocking these. Well, I guess having the weight up front is fine. Okay. Let's go driver's seat. For this prototype here, we're gonna just put the driver's seat here. There's gonna be a better way to do this, but this makes it look kind of cool. You can fly around. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put these thrusters. Oh, that's why I wanted to do the angles different. Okay. Okay, because I wanted to put the thrusters off of these. Well, I guess it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Thrusters. We're gonna use the jumbo thrusters. We're gonna use the Luftwaffe ones. And we're gonna put one. Hold up. Did they go? Should we line them up to where they hang off the bottom? No, that looks weird. They should just be centered. They need to be centered. 2, 3. These are not going to be enough to lift this whole platform, I don't think. So we're going to see. We're going to maybe have to modify this thing on the fly. 2. 3. This is way too big. People aren't going to make this an early game. This is just going to be too huge. We almost need a single. I think you're going to have to make a single deck. Not have a double deck for early game if you're trying to make a vehicle. Yeah, this needs some more work. Definitely needs some more work. Oh, the other thing I was gonna do, I was gonna add a couple more jumbo thrusters down here because it's gonna be too high of a center of mass. Put one there. Put one there. Let's do the same thing over here. So what we want to do is we want to go right here, but then we want it to be too high. And there, and then match. Okay, so that is our go that direction, and then we can add some rear facing ones here for back it up, Terry. 2, 3, 4. I don't think those are quite centered. It's fine. It's fine. Let's assign these thrusters here. So these are go backwards. Go backwards. These are turn this way and go forwards. Oh, hold up. Hold up. It's the other direction. This needs to be those directions. It needs to be turning and going forward. Needs to be turning and going forward. This one needs to be turning this way and going forward. Turning this way and going forward. Oop, and forward, and forward, and forward. This needs to be going backwards. Backwards. This one needs to be backwards. All of these need to be reassigned. This is really taking forever. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So now it does technically go every direction that we want it to go. The other thing we may want to do is I kind of want to put some regular balloons on here. Let's get this thing in the air and see how it even feels. I want to have some of the balloons. Guys, watch this. So if we fill these balloons all the way up here, and then now that we know they're full, if I come over here to these right here, I'm going to turn it off of the channel. I'm going to turn it off of the channel. Oh, okay. So now this one here is, oh, what? These ones here, which are lined up with the center of mass, which means this thing's not actually, we need, this is bad because the center of mass is supposed to be right here. Having that be really far back, we would need a second one farther forward. Yeah, this is a really terrible first prototype because this is supposed to be the center of mass, and it's not. The center of mass is back here. Whatever, it's fine. So now that these are not assigned to a channel, they will stay inflated even if we drop it down. So those, if you see those, the fires are going to go down, or it's going to eventually cut out, or it should cut out. Yep. But you see those two center ones, they're still on. They will stay on, which means this thing will hopefully never crash to the ground. Okay. Hop out. And let's break this thing off the ground and see if it crashes to the ground and breaks. Nope, it goes up. Good. That means we're good. That's good, good, good. Okay, let's come up here and bring her down. That's actually a bit, that's good. Okay, what happens if we just let all the air out? Yeah, that means the whole thing is weighted to the back. So we have too much weight in the back and not enough in the front. So to fix that, we're going to need to add more space up front. More space up front. More space up front. What are you guys doing for 4th of July? I'm curious. I am going to ride a unicycle in a parade with my siblings. I'm not sure how many of my siblings I'm going to get involved in it, but because I haven't messaged them yet. Let's see, if I need the 16 by 16. Where is the 16 by 16? There we go. There we go. That gives us more weight in the front here. And then, so the helicopter wouldn't do anything when it sits up here. I guess most of the weight, we can add some storage here just for grins and giggles here. Oh, you're doing fireworks? Do your guys' families do just like fireworks every year, or what does it look like for you guys? I think I am just gonna add a couple walls in here because walls are really nice for putting things against. They're just gonna be like short. We'll even do filters, salty seaport, just to keep things consistent. Salty seaport, back with the walls. We will just add a couple of these in here. We're gonna add ones that are not having those bumps. I don't like those bumps that sticks out on everything. Well, the problem is those bumps are because I didn't put my floor high enough. It's causing issues. But we're gonna just have to. Guess maybe we're gonna go. Oh, this is annoying because they don't have they have the bumps. And the bumps are causing them to stand out. 3 days before. Every year, gotta celebrate freedom. Yeah. Okay, so these don't have the bumps. So if I just take 2 of these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go. Same thing again here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully this doesn't make this feel too I don't know. Okay. Well, there would be a bunch of other weight in here too, because you'd have your workstations. Let's just throw some of these workstations in here now, to simulate some of that weight that we would have. Because you'd need your lumber mill, and you're gonna need your crafting bench. The crafting bench should probably sit somewhere in the middle. You need your crafting bench. You're gonna need your spinning wheel over here. And with its associated things, you're gonna need your loom in here. You would need your probably would actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's actually break out these 2, so we have 3 and 3. Then we'll have 3 and 3. You have your cooking area stuff over here, with your cooking. So you have your other things that go along with cooking. Yeah, some of this stuff here. And then you gotta have you have your lumber mill, you have your stone cutter. Dude, these balloons hold a lot of weight. I like this. So you cut down your wood, you do your stone over here too. Probably right here. Nope, that's not right spot. Stone cutter. So the reason we want those balloons so high is without the height, they're gonna want to your ship's gonna want to tip faster and sooner. Your gem cutter, your metal smelter. Metal smelter, and then a bunch of chests in here. I like to do my chests. Oh, come on. It's not going to fit in there, whatever. It's close enough. You got a chest in there, chest there. You gotta have your chest next to your crafting bench. If Kaboom was here, he would start Paz is like, ride a unicycle? I've done that. Not as easy as it looks. So if you can ride one for a whole parade, props to you. I actually did. I'll do you one better. Wise Gamora. Here. I'll share with you. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Send it to myself. Give me 1 second. Here, chat. You guys will like this. You'll like this. I haven't actually seen the video. That I'm sure it's good. And then I'm gonna dox myself because they're gonna say my name, and you guys are maybe gonna hear my name. Hold up. Oops, that's the wrong chat category. So that's wrong one. It's family. Where's life group? Smith family. Where is? There we go. So there's there's supposed to be a photo. A video. Here we go. Let me download this. And then yeah, how's everyone better? What? Yeah, what's Gamora? Did you know that the last line to that was not actually supposed to be there? He just kind of just added it. Let me add the attachment here. Okay. So what I did, we have one parade, and we have another one that we're gonna do this 4th of July. Where I've ridden a parade. I've ridden in what? I thought I uploaded it. Is it taking forever to upload? Yes. There we go. Now it showed up. Now I can download it onto my computer. And now I should be able to theoretically just pull this up on OBS for you guys to see. So I took I have my son is now 1.5, and so we took. Oh, we went and I brought him on. I brought him with the parade with me this year. So I've done parade in a bunch of years in the past. Here we go. I haven't even seen it. Pause. I need you to rotate. Rotate. Hold up. Also, let me know if it's way too loud. If that was really loud, let me know. I don't know if you'll even have sound. I would prefer there not to be sound, because then if the person says my name or if I say their name. Where's rotate? Properties. I just want you to rotate. No, I don't want to do that. I just want it to rotate. You guys might have to just rotate your phone. Files properties. We'll edit. Transform. Rotate. Clockwise. Hey, there we go. Okay, let me try this. So, yeah, here you go. Just put it right in the middle. There we go. So that's me, the blue shirt, and that's my son in the little wagon there. Whoop. And yeah, we just had a blast. Let me back this up here a little bit. We had a sound is there. You might want to mute. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it. Just I don't know. I'll mute it. I don't know what they're even saying. But yeah, so I'm the guy in the blue riding backwards on the unicycle, and my son loves to ride in this little car. That is his favorite thing. Yeah. So yeah, me and my siblings and stuff. we just had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. My siblings, I've invited them to ride with me for a number of years here. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, yep, there you go. There's a video. There's me riding a unicycle. Backwards on a unicycle. In the parade. I'm not like a super unicyclist, and because I've been riding with my son for a while now, I didn't actually practice riding backwards on the unicycle beforehand, which I should have done. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. Okay, so what does it look like when we bring it down, or does it go all the way down? It should. Do we need to actually make this thing lighter? It's maybe a little easier. I'm not sure. Okay, so this whole thing is still in the air. Those two balloons are taking the whole thing and holding it up here, which means we don't need that much lift. Really? I would have thought we would have needed more lift than that. So there's a chance. Well, I guess we only need. Well, they can be assigned to. Let me take some air out of them. Air out of my tires. Let's go. Channel 4 is going down here. Channel 4 is going down here. Let's just set it to where then these here would bring you to the ground. Oops, hold up. Yeah. It's not for me it's not business so much. You guys are like my online family, but I also want to be careful. Like, I trust all you guys, but if some weird creepo or whatever got a hold of my channel and they like went back through everything, but yeah, okay. So let's bring it down to where it wants to sit on the ground. This may actually be a great way to do this, anyways, because then as you get heavier, you could adjust. This actually flies really nice. You could adjust as you get heavier. As you add weight, you could just inflate these more. Let's bring this down. Nice and gentle like. Oh, that took some damage. Okay, so now, oh, don't destroy it. So now this one here, we will unassign these. So these will always keep the ship. These will keep the ship from just crashing to the ground. Yeah, so. Yeah. Yes. I don't know what tomorrow holds. So yeah, just trying to be a little careful. But I'm excited about. I get excited and want to share with you guys some of the stuff that's going on. Okay, let's add a couple more tires here to the bottom of this to see. I don't know if that'll just pop the tire or what. But let's bring this up off the ground. Oh, there's the launch pad. Let's add a couple more tires here. The other thing that I've ran across. Oh, now it's going down. Now it's going down. Yes. Okay, let me see. So we go here. Stop moving. I'm trying to work on this contraption. Okay, so that tire goes there, and we could put. Let's go. Oh, hold up. Guess it's got to go for that step. Let's just go right there. Wait, what? What is going on? There we go. Tire there, and then let's add a tire there. Because I want to see if that does. What is going on? Stop moving. There we go. Let's see if we crash it down onto those and see what happens. Okay, if we bring it down hard, is it just going to break? It might just break. We'll see. Yep, that broke. Oof, man. Yeah, so that broke, which means this bottom staircase needs to. Oh, no. Keep it off the ground. Keep it off the ground. Keep it off the ground. Get in the driver's seat. Okay. So we'll need to add a stronger. It straight up popped the tires. So let's go stairs. Let's get a set of stairs that's got actual stone, majestic manners. Let's drop it on these majestic manners stairs. See what happens. This is for the testing. Oh, hey, look, it didn't break. It did not break. Okay. It did take... No, that's the chicken. Hey, Queen Surge! How's it going? I haven't seen you in forever, Queen Surge. Thank you for coming in. I love you, Queen Surge. So I'm working on a base, a mobile base, and we got all these cool lift balloons now that are really good. So this is the first prototype for the base here. But obviously I don't have it balanced quite right. These back ones need to be farther forward, so they don't do that because now the whole ship is forward. But we can go places now. We can go places. But theoretically, with the so the tweaking that would also need to happen here is by holding back and rotate, you could kind of more turn in place without having to have a lot of backwards thrusters. Yeah, dude, this is way better than when I was using just the regular balloons. The regular balloons. This is really nice. Yes. And then just so you could turn, and then we have like a downstairs. Oh, hold up. Yeah, that's the other thing that why you need to make sure that it's balanced right. Ah! I forgot I have a launch pad under there. So those back balloons, they need to be really tight up close to this one here. But if we go down a little bit here, I'll show you. There we go. But yeah, as long as they are with the center of mass, we'll be better off. And so the later prototype. Oh no, okay, let's not hit the ground quite so hard. Let's also land in a better spot here. Also, I need to get it refined to where the reverse is just as powerful as the forward, so you can just rotate in place. Let's bring it down. No, it actually doesn't. It flies okay. It's not like super great. It's not it's a good first approximation. But yeah, so Queen, if you're here real quick, I'll show you. So then what you could do is you could have your central hub of what you're doing. Like you got your crafting benches and your other workstations. I would want to put like other things, so you would have your like you want to put like your weapons out here. You can put your weapons out here with your other stuff here. So yeah, you can put your weapons out here, and then having these walls, you should be able to put your wall mount. Oh, hey, look, those fit between these things. That's really cool. That is actually really cool. We're definitely using these on the finished one. Then, if you could put your things between those, that looks cool. And then these might actually look pretty nice right here too, if we can actually get it. Hold up, right there. Yeah. So yeah, being able to put these between these centers will help you center things on the walls. You could put your all your okay, right there. That'll help you, because I was having a hard time actually trying to center them on the walls with the other one, but being able to do this, you'll be able to center them a lot easier. Like that. Yeah, so yeah, we're on to something here. And then Queen Stars, here's the cool part. Here's what I want to do. And I'm just going to throw this together really quickly, because I don't want... Actually, I'm going to build the ship on the ship. So, if I put... okay. We got to be quick about this. Before Queen Search has to go to bed. So, if I put this right here, and then we make ourselves a little ship. Just a little ship. We're going to make it kind of to match the big one, just because we can. We're going to go... little gray. Okay. I want to match the big ship with a little one. Yeah, I forgot it has to have... Hold up. They've changed some stuff, Queen. They've changed some stuff on us. It's throwing me off. Okay, so what we could do here is grab these these floors. They were right here. They were right here. I swear they were these. Those are dreadnought. Those are not free. Okay, I can't put those on, but whatever. That's fine. So we're gonna go 1, 2. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then unfortunately that's not gonna make. Oh, whatever. What the heck? I did not count that right apparently, because that's okay. That's I did not push that one out. Well, I did. Yeah, that's fine. Hold up. 1, 2. That's fine. I'll try to build this as quick as possible, Queen, because I know you got places to be, people to see. Oh, that's so. 1, 2 out on that one here, and then this one needs to just be out by 2. 1, 2. Okay, so that's 4, which then we can snap. See if we can actually even do this. Okay, so there's a little itty bitty ship, and then we need to put some thrusters on it here. We'll just keep it simple here, for the sake of time. You throw a thruster there. You throw a thruster there, and then we put a little driver's seat on here. And then, oh, I need a lift balloon is the problem. Oh, no. This is too small for a lift balloon. So we're going to have to do activated balloon. Oh, no. So we're just going to add 1 in the center. We need extra weight. Sorry, hold up. We need some weight. We need some weight. So we'll throw some weight on here. Weight there. And then we need some weight there. And then we're going to need some weight up front to balance things out, because it's going to get really off. Add some weight there, and then those don't line up, but it's close enough. So we're going to pretend like that's fine. So we're going to add 1 balloon in the center and 2 activated ones on these corners here. 1 there. That should be the center of mass. That should be the center of mass. And then we can place a regular balloon off of that balloon. Right here. Right. There we go. That should give us good. Taz said, enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch up later. See ya, Taz. Thank you so much for hanging out. Gonna go that way. Gonna go the other direction. Then we have to have a reverse direction. Reverse direction. Reverse direction. The reverse direction. Go backwards. That keeps it really simple. Really simple. Okay. Now we have a tiny little ship. That. Boop. That is trash. Anyways. Here we go. See if we can land it. Ah! Okay. I might need to work on this design a little bit. Hold up. Oh! Okay, maybe there needs to be like a easier way to dock this thing. Oh no! Come on. Nope. Back up. What you doing, Terry? Back it up, Terry. Come on. There we go. Now it's on the hitching post. So now we should be able to take off. And our little ship should stay put. The little ship should just stay put, and it shouldn't go anywhere. And it's just mounted up here. So now if we wanted, we could be like, hey, let's go take this on an adventure. Maybe there could be some fences to put in between them instead. Yeah, so I could do a fence post because that'd be smaller. But the idea, it was, oh shoot, it's another person in chat here. Hold up, let me make sure I give credit where credit is due. It was, Alec. Yeah, ALECK. He recommended just using a post there because now, oh shoot, this thing is so tiny it cannot lift off of that. Hold up. We gotta go down a little bit for launch. But yeah, so you could take your thing, your base, and go where you wanted to go, and then when you get to your location, your new location, you could be like, okay, we are ready to go. Hold up, we gotta go a little lower still. I am too high. I go a little too high here. Once you get to your location, once you're actually there, you could be like, let's go on an adventure. See you later, mothership. And then you'd be like, oh, no, okay, little adventure is done, so we could bring our little ship back. We bring our little ship back here. See if I can actually land this here. Oh, come on. Get up on. Oh, hold up. I'm on the wrong side of that. Come on. Ugh. I gotta come up with a better parking maneuver. This is not good enough. We will have to work on this a little bit. Okay, now we're corralled, so we're good. So yeah, you can just park your little ship up here, and then we can go to our location. Move on. You could technically have like multiple flyers. So the key might be if you just have a flat bottom on the little ship. If you just have a flat bottom on the little ship, then you could just maneuver that until you're where you want to be. Base. What do you mean base totem to that? Paz, what do you mean? What do you mean by base totem? I'm not sure what you mean by base totem. But yeah, so we could cook with this thing. Get where we want to go. Put it down in the lake. Ooh, it's a lake. We should definitely land this in a lake. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna. This is the prototype here. This is the concept. Put her down in a lake. And we could go fishing. So yeah, it literally just sits on. That I do actually. I was thinking that I didn't want to have these large balloons because it's like you're wasting, but you're not, because with this design here, you can. These are currently turned off. Oh yeah, add a marker to the base. I could add a marker to the base. So I think Rooster was telling me the map markers are causing issues. The map markers might glitch out some stuff. I would want to talk to Rooster before I told you to use them. I think he was saying that they were causing issues on people's builds. But yeah, you could use a map marker on your base. But yeah, so the reason for having mobile base here is we get to a location, you can put down a village square underneath your mobile base. Hold on, let me actually do that real quick for you. So if we wanted to, we could add oh, what broke? Oh no, the front of our, there's a tree in the way. Why is there a tree in the way? So that's the only problem with this design here. You just got to make sure that we don't put anything on these little triangles, because the little triangles definitely break off. But I don't know what you mean by the base totem. You'll have to Paz, can you send me a picture of what you're talking about in Discord? Because sometimes I don't remember the names of all the things. Okay, so what happened is Queen, you could bring this down to the ground. I need to come up with a more sturdy like foot for it to sit on. But then you can place down a map, a village square, and then what happens is that ship is considered in the ship, and everything on the ship is considered in the village square, which means now if you open your crafting bench, you can pull from all of your chests from the crafting bench because it's all tied together. At the beginning of your stream today, but it will not stay when put down. Oh, you're talking about the village square. So the village square, you can't add it onto the ship. You can only do it on the ground. Because the village square isn't supposed to be mobile. So, but yeah, then because the ship is on top, you could even then upgrade the village square from the resources on your ship. And because everything, your ship is in the village square, the ship counts towards like the comfort level of the ship. So if we went to like, we were up to level 7.5, watch what happens when I fly this ship out of the village square. Oh no, we ran into the tree. Okay, so now watch. If I go back here, now the ship is not within the village square, and the village comfort level is going to drop down to like 0. See that? It's down to level 1. It's not even close. So you could like instantly level a village up doing this technique by just flying your base around. But yeah. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, so I will have to work on this design. I'm thinking we might be able to shrink it down just a touch. Maybe if we bring the sides in by, well, I don't know. It's got to be simple, easy to build, and it has to be like light enough that it's maneuverable, because all the weight that you add causes the build. Yeah, unnecessary weight is you don't want unnecessary weight. By adding weight, you need more thruster power, you need more lift power. The thing is more doggy. If you run into things, it's more susceptible to damage. The only benefit I see to having a really large ship is it makes it, when you take the little one off of it, it's going to make it to where the little ship might affect the big one more. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely need to come up with a better little flyer to actually land on this peg. Though theoretically, if you just parked it up here, does it actually stay put? I'm curious. Does it actually just stay put? Would this thing just stay put? No, it's gonna want to slide back. Yeah, it's gonna want to slide around. So it needs to be bolted down. Oh, hold up. Who says that you need to land it perfectly? If it's small enough, if your ship is small enough, you could Okay, that was weird. I just glitched to the bottom of my ship. If you had a small enough ship, what you could potentially do, if this little back thruster isn't right here, you just need to make sure that it's not like touching anything. You could technically, if you're like, I'm not that good of a pilot, you could go over here, you could just grab a fence post, and you could just drop a fence post in the middle. Boop. Now it's docked. No fancy nothing. You just land it up on the helipad, then you put the fence post in the middle. And you don't technically need to remove it, because when you go to take off, you will need to take it. You'll need to remove it later. But yeah, if you just... Oh, I didn't add the... I popped the balloon. Anyways. Okay. Yes, that is a first attempt at a flying base. Well, it's not my first attempt. I made a bunch of other attempts. But I had somebody in the comment section that was saying, "Hey, I need a design." So this is the first version of that design for you guys, chat. Let me know if you guys have any ideas of how I should modify this to make it look any different. I do like where it's going. It's going somewhere. I'm excited for it. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. And I will catch you guys next week. You guys have a fantastic one. Bye.